Hey everyone, welcome to Los Gatos Crit, aka Cat's Hill. This is a super hard crit we've got here in NorCal. It's got 6 corners and a pretty steep hill that maxes out at 23%. It's like maybe 40 seconds hard on the gas every lap, and then you got 6 corners to contend with. So lots of time getting to work on your technical skills, and once the pace goes up late in the race, it did really start to show who could make it around the corners and who couldn't. We ended up getting a beautiful day for racing. It was kind of rainy in the morning, but by the time we raced in the afternoon, look, it's even sunny. The pavement was a little bit wet when we started the race, but it dried up fairly quickly. That little puddle in the gutter there that you just saw actually did cause a crash at one point early, but that was about it in terms of crashes. This is the hill I mentioned. Pretty steep, slows you down pretty good. So you get down to like 12 miles an hour. That's pretty slow in a Pro 1-2 crit. That hill makes you work every lap. For me, being a bigger guy, that's like over 1,000 watts every lap to get up that with the pack. The power in this race, it's really hard. It's like an interval set. You're either all the way on or all the way off. I'll flash my power zones up on the screen for you. But it's basically either going all out effort to get up that hill or just kind of coasting around, barely putting any power through the pedals the rest of the course. That is if you can contend with these corners. They're definitely going to make your life hard if you're braking too much in these corners. But this is the long downhill to the finish. The sprint on this course is really to the last corner, I would say. You'll see it's a really short run out of the last corner to the finish line. Not a lot of room to make up spots. That's the last corner, super fast, come flying around. And so I was trying to sit like around 20th wheel this whole race. I started in the very back, so I had some moving up to do early, but you'll see I'm far enough back that I don't have to contend with like the front moves. But when it spreads out like this, I can take advantage and move up. So sliding up here with my teammate Greg, who's in front of me. We were trying to save it for the last lap. Greg was our protected rider, and the plan was to launch a big move up the hill the last time. We were going to make sure he was up at the front to do that. And so we're just trying to save energy until that last lap. There's lots of other teams that are all more focused on getting in the break, and they also have bigger teams than us. There was only 5 of us today, whereas like the Mike Spikes team in purple that you see right in front of me now, I think they had 9 guys on the day. So it was a little bit more their responsibility to contend with the breakaways. Some strong individual riders like Tyler Williams was there, so had to keep him in check too. Tobin Ortenblad as well. Oh yeah, you see this little move on the right here from EJ? And I thought about for half a second trying to follow that, even though I know we said we weren't gonna. Felt like I was in a good position, and then I remembered how awful I've been feeling over the top of this hill every lap, and decided that wasn't a wise move for me. So I was going to sit back in. This course is definitely like a little bit deceptive because in the draft, it doesn't feel like that hard when you're not on the hill, but like as soon as you're out in the wind, you really got to work to keep that speed up for the rest of the course. And then if you're putting in that power all the way around the course, it makes the hill that much harder. You're coming in with your heart rate already maxed. Whereas, I'm already down like 10 beats per minute here from where I was at the top of the hill, sitting in the draft. So it just makes life a lot easier. And that's just good. We're saving energy for the finish. You'll notice we're behind Greg again. It's good, we're kind of hanging out near each other here. I think there's maybe 20 minutes left in the race, so it's not quite like go time at the front yet, but definitely time to start thinking about the end. You don't want to get caught too far back because it's a hard course to move up on, especially if you don't have a huge amount of power to weight to drop on that hill to slide past people. So I'm going to jump ahead to the last lap here, and despite just telling you about the good position I was riding with teammates a second ago, now on the last lap, I'm too far back here. With like 3 laps to go, there was like kind of a sitting up over the top of the hill where a lot of people like shuffled really far forward from the back, and I was sitting up near the front then and got kind of shuffled to the back. And I was aware of this, and I was trying to get back up there to help Greg, but the pace was just a little bit too much for me today. Wasn't feeling particularly good on the hill once I was like trying to use it as a place to move up. You see PA on the inside there. He was able to help out Greg. He took Greg into the hill in first. Greg sent it up this hill. You can't really see it in the video, but in person I could see him going up the hill first, and I was very excited about it. And then he's gonna end up, you could maybe see him around that corner there. A couple guys come around him up in this part, which that's not the worst thing. There's still a lot of racing left to do, but he ended up hanging on for fourth, which is very impressive. These fields in NorCal are so stacked this year. I felt like last year there was usually like 3 guys when you showed up to a race, you're like, they could win. But this year it feels like every week there's like 10 or 12 guys where you're like, they could all win. Like, gotta watch out for all 12 of them. So, very impressive result. Alto Velo, our team has been having a lot of good results so far to start the year. So, hopefully we can keep the momentum going. And it's been fun racing with these fast fields every week. Love when we can have big fast fields as a regular occurrence. So stay tuned for more video, guys. Thanks for watching.